Like says, "Dare ye some Wike, you are not God." You cannot, on God's earth, threaten a woman and say, "Oh, she will come for re-election. You are the one in charge of the territory." You are just a minister. This woman got the mandate of the people of FCT. And what you mean by what happened before will not happen again? Let me tell you what happened before. What happened before was that the people came out en masse to vote for what their choice is. And it's not about you. And as when that woman won that election and she was sworn into the Senate, you were not FCT minister. You came in afterwards. Like I said before, two of you might not get on properly, but you must be able to work for the interests of the FCT people. So please, you might have things against Madam Kingibe, but you must work with her. And if she says there are no hospitals, nobody represents the people like Madam Kingibe. She has a right to say there are no hospitals because she's the one representing them in the Senate. And she's the one to raise their concerns. So if you are launching roads and you are launching bus stops, and she's saying that's not what my people need, it is best for you to listen to her based on what the people need, because she's going to be the one that's going to be accountable to the people, not you.
Rufai, it's also an indictment. I mean, what does he mean by
not you.
come 2027?
2027, that you are the Lord of the Manor now.
But you know what?
You are not
Rufai,
God. You are not God.
Rufai, you know, in the meantime, the minister set social media abuzz after a video surfaced online showing him dancing to the 2023 hit song Big Baller by Nigerian musician Flavor. Wike was spotted wearing a 2,000-pound denim Versace outfit with matching denim shoes, eliciting a flurry of reaction. Let's take a look. Adefemi said this is exactly what Flavor wanted this music for. I mean, to show off. He won't, to show off. But let me take these reactions. Okay. This is from Daniel Buala, who wrote, "Has Governor Wike's designer defected? Simfuvara seemed to have snatched his structure and his fashion designer, Oginina Fiobiko, to add injury to insult. Or to add injury to salt." I've never heard this one before. He wore this in the summer. Or to put it the African way, during hot weather. Well, GRV wrote, "The Nigerian Minister of FCT Wike uses a whole Versace logo patch midi coat worth 4.2 million naira. Louis Vuitton moccasin worth 1.55 million naira. And Fedora hat worth 400,000 naira. Just for himself, while proposing to pay workers a 60,000 naira monthly. I mean, this definitely did not look good on the minister. This picture has been trending on social media. I mean, I'm not a fan of that outfit. I don't know about you, Adefemi. That outfit for me looks ridiculous.
I think, do you know what? Remove any biases aside. Just looking at the picture, it doesn't fit. So if it truly crossed that much, 4-point-something million naira, I do think they could just a little bit of tailoring. If we're looking at the outfit itself, don't want to say anything else. That being said, he's even given us some ankle. Do you see the leg?
Absolutely. I mean, the shoes, the moccasins.
I didn't know we were looking at a fashion icon. The minister of fashion we're looking at. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You see, I'm not a taller person. It looks a little different. That being said, I do think his comments towards Senator Kingibe are to put it plainly, distasteful. And I think that we've been talking a lot about democracy in so many different countries, and here in Nigeria we can't let these types of comments fall by the wayside. How can you say, well, we'll see what happens in 2027? What do you mean by that? Are you saying that these elections, they're not free and fair? That these aren't the choices of the people? It's the choice of the SEC minister?
Which we'll come to
Oh.
as well. This is all coming at the same time. I mean, we have this issue in River State where, you know, a lot of issues about whether or not the election was conducted credibly in that state as well. But this is so unfortunate. Right. The minister needs to respond to Nigerians. Hopefully he'll come out with some sort of rebuttal with that statement, especially against Ireti Kingibe. Really unfortunate. Well, before I come to...
Well, sometimes I imagine and I ask myself a very important question. Where did it all go wrong for us in Nigeria? Where did it all go wrong for us as Nigerians? Where did we miss it? Of course, I know Nigerians are resilient people. Nigerians are hardworking people. Nigerians are doing everything possible to make sure that they have a brighter future. They have a better country. With all our efforts to make our country a better place to live, how did we end up with bad politicians? I don't want to call them leaders because they are not leaders. How did we end up with soulless politicians? Politicians who does not have sympathy, politicians who are not empathetic, politicians who are not compassionate about the plight of the people. How do we end up with politicians that cares only about election? We are in 2024. The next election will be coming up in 2027. That is 3 years ahead. The last election was done in 2023. That is 1 year ago. Within a space of 1 year that the new government took over, Nigerians have experienced the most excruciating pains in their life in their history. This country has experienced the most excruciating economic woes in history. But rather than talking about remedying the situation, our politicians are busy themselves with the next election. The same politicians that caused these economic woes that we are suffering in this country, they are not talking about remedying it. They are not talking about ameliorating the suffering of the people. All they care about is election. Go to the north, you will see movement upon movement, you will see alignment upon alignment, people visiting each other, talking to each other, because they are thinking about 2027. They don't even care to know if this country will exist in 2027. They don't even care to know if Nigerians will be alive in 2027 to vote for them. They are not bothered at all. They're not bothered about the insecurity that has plagued every part of this country. They're not bothered about the high cost of living. They're not bothered about the purchasing power of the people that has reduced. They're not bothered about that Nigerians cannot afford to buy 1 square meal a day anymore. They are not bothered for the fact that rice is at 80 to 70,000 naira per bag. They are not even bothered that Gari, that is a staple food, that is household food for every average Nigerian, is out of the reach of average Nigerians. They are not bothered about any of these things. All they care about is to talk about election in 2027. How did we end up with this kind of politicians? Now back to what Nyeso Wike is saying. The only reason why Nyeso Wike is saying this thing because Nyeso Wike know Nigerians very well. And I feel bad because these people takes us for a fool. They think that they can do whatever they want to do and go scot-free with it. Of course, they can do whatever they want to do and go scot-free with it. In 2023 election, people voted massively for Peter Obi in the Rivers State. But Nyeso Wike as the governor rigged that election openly and brazenly. But what did the judiciary do? The judiciary legalized that election. Nyeso Wike that rigged that election is today the FCT minister. He has been rewarded for rigging election in the Rivers State for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is the reason why he is telling you, in Abuja, I am going to rig the election in Abuja and nobody can do anything about it. Do you see what Nyeso Wike is taking Nigerians for? He's simply telling Nigerians you cannot do anything. I am the emperor. I am the CEO. I'm in charge of Abuja. I decide what happened in Abuja. That is the reason why Nyeso Wike is threatening an elected senator in Abuja that was elected by the people. Nyeso Wike is an appointee by the president. He does not have right and jurisdiction in Abuja. Ireti Kingibe has rights and jurisdiction in Abuja more than Nyesom Wike. She's representing the people of Abuja. Nyesom Wike cannot go to Abuja and decide what happened in Abuja. So what is giving him the mind? The reason why he's saying this thing is because to him, if I can rig election in Rivers State, I can rig election in Abuja and nothing will be done. It is only captured people. It is only slave. It is only defeated mind, defeated people that can accept what Nyesom Wike has said so far and allow it to go on. I believe Abuja people, they've risen and they've woken up to this challenge by Nyesom Wike, and I believe that they are going to do everything possible to tell him that what you did in Rivers State cannot be done in Abuja. We own Abuja. We decide who will represent us. Philip Adudu, who is Nyesom Wike's friend, and I'm sure he is the person that Nyesom Wike is propagating to bring back to power in 2027 to represent Abuja in the Senate. This man has been in the Senate for 20 years and he has done absolutely nothing. In 2023, Abuja people said no, we vote for Ireti Kingibe. That was the reason why that woman won. They voted overwhelmingly for her. Nyesom Wike coming to brag that is going to rig her out. It's a shame and a slap to the faces of Nigerians. And if that happened, then Nigerians, you've all cemented your status, your place in the hall of fame of defeated people, captured slave. That is who you are. That is who we are. Because the reason why these people are saying this thing is because the belief they can do whatever thing they want to do and we will not do anything about it. Enough is enough. It is high time we start putting these politicians to their places. Nyesom Wike should hide his head in shame that is fighting a woman, a senator in Abuja. He should go to Rivers State and show his power. He has somebody he put there. Sim Fubara has been beating Nyesom Wike to his game. The same Sim Fubara that he put in office, the same Sim Fubara that he single-handedly made a governor, bought form for him. Of course, that is what he's saying. He said he single-handedly made that man a governor, and so he can decide who controls the resources of Rivers State. But that man has beaten him to his game. The man has chased him out of Rivers State. The man has even driven away his lawmakers and his chairman out of Rivers State. He should go and fight that battle in Rivers State and should leave Ireti Kingibe alone. He did not vote her into office. He did not send her to the Senate, and he will never be the one to decide her fate in the Senate. The people of FCT, the people of Abuja, will decide the fate of Ireti Kingibe. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.